Delegates at the Africa Travel Conference are optimistic about the travel industry. Many say that countries in Africa have made huge strides in making it easier for travelers to get around.
There certainly has been some improvements in terms of visa cooperation that happen more within the regional economic groups that we see. But overall, a lot of the benefits, a lot of the efficiencies around travelling freely throughout the region tend to be focused on leisure travel rather than corporate travel.
But infrastructure still remains poor, making it difficult and expensive to travel on the continent.
People still have difficulty moving from one place in Africa to the other. The frequencies are not there, the schedules are not there, and that is partly down to all the taxes that the governments impose. It makes it more difficult for people to travel, between, it's actually sometimes easier for you to go to Europe and travel to Africa than traveling within Africa.
Experts say high travel costs are also driven by the reluctance of African governments to open up their skies to new competitors, which will make traveling cheaper and more efficient.
State airlines have been largely protected, and new carriers have found it very difficult to enter the market. It's always a difficult one for state airlines. They want to protect their own market share. Many state airlines across the African continent are struggling.
Most countries in Africa still require visas, even for those traveling within the continent.
The cost of entering countries is incredibly expensive. And again, being slightly cynical, a number of countries, in my opinion, are really seeing this as a revenue generation opportunity, a taxing opportunity, rather than applying genuine checks on people before they come to the country.
The African travel and tourism industry has been hard hit by the Ebola virus, the rise of terrorist activity, and now the downturn in the commodity cycle. Some experts say it will take up to 2 years for the industry to fully recover.
Businesses are closing. A lot of businesses in the last couple of months. We've had huge businesses, job losses in the mines. Some of the mines are closing down as well. So the impact is not going to be just now. This is just the beginning.
There's more intra-African trade than ever before. We're seeing Nigerian, Kenyan, South African business not just look at foreign markets, in fact outside of the continent, but look at continental markets for exposure and expansion. And that aspect of Africa, I think, is going to grow, this intra-African business trade, which will be good, of course, for business travel.
Africa still has some way to go in improving the environment, making it more conducive for business and leisure travelers. The travel industry believes changes are being effected and that growth in the sector will soon tick up again. Sumitra Nydoo, CCTV, Cape Town.